Now, live from Artie's Cut Rate Liquor Store, shooting range, candle shop, bowling alley, massage parlor, it's the Dave and Doc Podcast.
Hello.
Happy night.
How's everybody doing?
I know, right? It's been a minute. We missed a week.
We did, yeah.
He is risen, though. He is risen indeed. Cut.
Edie?
Oh, see,
Couldn't help
I
it.
was trying to have a good heart.
You were doing good.
I was trying to have a good heart, and it is all that we're saved, and then you had to bring that up. I know. Had a great day. Had a great Easter Sunday. Beautiful sunrise service. Cooking the breakfast. All the things. And then I watched that game, and I was like, man, I'm sorry, Lord.
We had the folks. We had some folks over. Did a little Easter brunch.
That's good stuff. And we missed the podcast.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
But this is the Dave and Doc podcast.
It is.
Episode 74.
It is episode 74.
He is Dave.
Yes.
I am Doc.
Yes.
And we appreciate you listening.
We do.
Or
Almost,
watching.
Almost 40,000 of you.
That's
at this
awesome.
Point, so
That's awesome. Thank you all. Thank you all. We seriously mean it.
I would get you the actual number, but
That's okay.
it's whatever.
We're growing.
It's not 40,000.
We continue. It's okay. We continue.
It's more than one
We continue.
and
to grow.
less than 40,000.
That's a good range.
I think so
It's a
too.
good range.
I've got too many buttons like programmed. I'm just
okay.
realizing that. Like I've got stuff that I want to play.
Yeah, but you don't have the hot button for it because
What-
we've already got.
Well, no, I've got the hot button for it, but I'm not. So I think this is one that I want to play for you
When we're ready.
when we're ready, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
But
Well, I'll tell you what, while you think about it, since spring has sprung and we got a lot of stuff to get into, I'm going to go ahead and do the dad jokes.
spring is in the air.
Spring is in the
Everybody's
air.
horny. Isn't that what happens in the spring? Isn't that what happens?
Sure it is.
Plant-
Hallelujah.
Plants say
Hallelujah.
things
Hallelujah.
like "Bring me your
Hallelujah.
Harry Stamen." Is that what
Wow. Oh, my God.
Robin Williams? Folks. I can't take credit.
Oh,
For that.
man.
Bring me your Harry Stamen.
Wow.
Photosynthesis.
Wow. What do you call it when it rains turkeys and chickens?
What?
Foul weather.
Well, of course.
What is a king's favorite kind of weather in spring?
What's that?
Rainy.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Doc Podcast.
What do clouds wear during spring rain showers?
What's that?
Thunderwear.
Well, yeah.
The thunder from down under. What do bees wear in the rain? These are all rain themed, apparently.
Condoms.
They're yellow jackets.
Oh, that's
I tried to catch the fog, but
Yeah.
I missed.
shit. That was
You like that one?
funny. I like that.
We're gonna leave it on that. We're gonna leave it on that. That one was pretty good.
It
Yeah.
was good. No, that was the
Right after you apologize, we came with the showstopper. That's
yeah.
it.
That was it.
That's
that
it,
was
man.
Yeah. So
So feeling good.
feeling good.
Feeling fine.
good. Had my semi-annual checkup today with you. As a matter
Did.
of fact,
We did,
we've
actually.
seen each other a lot
That's
today.
right. That's right.
We've seen a lot of each other,
Been
and
a
we've
good-
seen each other a lot.
Been a good day. Been a good day.
Yeah.
You
New
know.
nurse.
New nurse.
New nurse.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
I had not met her before. We-
Holly. Yep.
We hit
Holly
it
does.
off. We hit it off
Yep.
perfectly fine.
Yes.
She stabbed me in the arm.
Yes. She did a good job too, didn't she?
I guess. I think I blacked out, but sure.
It's okay. She's
Yeah.
very good in a emergency situation.
Yeah.
No, she's super fun. She's got a great she's got a great bedside manner.
Mhm.
She works hard. She's really good at getting the blood, which helps a lot. Yeah, she's got 6 kids, blended family, but 6 kids.
6 kids.
Yep. So I mean, yep. She had 2, her husband had 3, and then they had another one together. And
Here's the story.
they were some pretty cute kids.
Oh yeah.
They were some pretty. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. And it's so, but I mean, that's a lot. They're busy. They are busy. So so,
it's funny when there's 6 people in my house, I get a little antsy.
yeah.
Let alone 6 people that live there.
She's got that, and they got a couple dogs. Yeah, so they're busy.
Wow.
It's busy, man. Yep.
You could start a ranch or something. Little ranch hands.
Little ranch hand.
Yeah.
What'd she say? So she's a little short, so we were talking about something, and she said that she has to really get on her tippy toes to like get in the washer with the and clothes stuff. I said, did you ever actually like tip in? She goes, yeah, actually I have. And she was laughing. She goes, well, I'm fun sized. That's what because she's not really tall. I said,
that is so funny that you brought that up. That's so weird. Now, I'm dead serious. Like, this is strange because I'm not even going to talk about it on the podcast because I had like an actual business idea
about
about the washing machine.
About the washing machine.
Yeah. Like it. I mean, I actually it came to me one of these nights that I don't sleep, which is every night.
Oh, and we're working on that.
Yeah. So
we're working on it.
That's funny you say that.
So don't tell about it. Somebody tries to steal it.
No,
get the patent on it, and then we'll go.
It's a button that helps you.
We need 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, then you can have the idea.
And then we need this washer. We need this washer idea.
Then you could have the idea.
That's right.
Give us 100,000.
It's okay. Just get there. Let's get there.
I thought it'd be fun to do this time, just to kind of tell you what we're going to talk about after we're already.
Look at this! I know we're going unscripted.
We are going unscripted.
We do not know what's going to happen.
We didn't talk a lot about Hannah Barron.
Yes.
Last week,
yes.
2 weeks ago. So I wanted to do that. We didn't. We touched on Tyson and Jake Paul, but I wanted to talk about an interview I saw with Tyson. We didn't talk last week, so Diddy, Ruh-Roh, there's a movie coming out about Pop-Tarts. That I'm very excited about. Have you seen the Drew Barrymore show?
Like ever?
Yeah, ever.
Maybe like once.
Well, I got a clip from it. It's the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, okay.
I
think I've seen some. I don't know if I've ever actually watched the whole show. I'll be honest with you.
There's some. Don't do that to yourself. And then and we like to make fun of the TikTok.
The TikTok.
But I did find 2 funny videos.
We're on TikTok though now.
We are. Yeah, we're on TikTok. They don't accept a lot of our videos, but because we don't meet their standards. So I got a couple of videos.
Whatever TikTok.
I got a couple of videos I want to show you from TikTok.
Is it because we're long and we're strong and down with getting the friction on?
That's what they said. That's the exact.
I mean, I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew that's what it was.
And then we'll do sports stuff because we've got LSU Iowa later tonight.
BDE
tonight, and then of course the men's Final Four that starts tomorrow. So
I think you meant Iowa.
So sorry, I meant Iowa.
You're still thinking about the fact because you were very happy.
I have LSU and Iowa because I wanted to talk about
Clark and the rebel forces fought back against the evil empire and beat Angel Reese.
I kind of just want to talk a little bit about that because like the post game press conferences were interesting to me. But
true.
Anyway, but we'll get there. But Hannah Barron.
Hannah Barron.
So for you folks who don't know who Hannah Barron is, and there's probably some of you out there, let me find this thing. So this is kind of what started this whole thing, right? So this article, this was from, and this is Samira Khan, who I think she was a former beauty pageant winner or something. But this was, she said this accent needs to be illegal and women should be banned from doing manual labor like this. There is nothing feminine about American women. American women are literally men. And she used Hannah Barron. And if you've never heard Hannah Barron speak, here you go. As soon as I hit.
Good morning, y'all. Quick update on the house because I've been pretty terrible about giving y'all these.
Yeah.
We took a little break for noodling season and to put out boxes.
Noodling.
Now that it's dried in, we can do it at our own pace. But here she is. We're going to stain all that.
So that's Hannah Barron. And according to her, there's nothing feminine about this and whatever. But
about American women.
Yeah, about American women.
That is very interesting. And I don't know this person, so I mean.
Yeah, so what I thought I would, before we got into it completely, I wanted to do, this is her response to the tweet, right? This was what she said back to, what was her name?
Samira Khan.
Yeah, so here you go.
Good morning, y'all. I don't have a Twitter. I did at one point, but my account got removed for whatever reason, and I just hadn't got around to making another account. But apparently I'm trending on Twitter right now because some girl, hey Meryl, Some girl said that my accent should be illegal. Women shouldn't do manual labor. Oh, what else did she say? American women are basically men, and she just said that I was not feminine. Ooh. And I would tell y'all this girl's name, but I can't remember it because I don't have a clue who she is. So that can tell you how relevant this
little
person is.
dig.
But I just think it's hilarious because I grew up as the weird kid in high school who hunted and fished too much, because back then it wasn't cool for women to hunt or fish or the whole country lifestyle. And I'm so proud of all the women in the outdoors now who are making that more cool or popular. So proud of us. I think we're doing great. But I've been helping Dad build houses since I was 15. When I was a senior in high school, I taught kids how to weld in ag class. So I've done not manual labor. When I think of manual labor, I think of what my dad does. I'm nowhere near that. I just help as much as I can, and I try. And it's fun. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of blue-collar women out there who are also feminine. And so I just think that you should embrace your own individuality. You should be yourself. And don't worry about what anybody else said, because these folks talking about me and think they're going to offend me, that ship sailed a long time ago. I've been getting picked on my whole life. I grew up around men.
All right.
Well.
Oh, well.
So don't be scared to build your own box, and don't try to fit in anybody else's. Be your own person, and you'll be happier in the long run because of that. And don't worry about what anybody else has to say. Hope y'all have a good one. Appreciate y'all.
All right. So there she is, and
there she is.
There she was.
So
yeah.
I mean, she looks pretty feminine to me.
I mean, let's just be honest. I mean,
she's attractive.
She's hot.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah,
this other person,
and that's her just kind of natural, just hanging out in the Polaris or Gator or whatever she's got, just talking.
Yeah.
I mean,
the backlash was amazing. Right?
Against the other person.
Against the other person.
Of course, because I mean, here's the thing. I mean, that's kind of cool that she can do all that stuff. You know what I mean?
I can't do any of this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I can go fish with you, but I mean,
I can't even do that.
I can't weld anything.
I can't either. I can't weld anything.
Like landscape.
I couldn't,
but I hate it.
I couldn't build a box to put myself in.
Oh no, we could do that.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No.
There's oh yeah, we could do that.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't put anybody else in your box.
No.
Box. This. So here's my thing about all of that. I think it's a good life lesson, and obviously there you have somebody who has a lot of talents. She seems to do what she wants to do. Now she's obviously pretty savvy, because I mean, I would say she probably understands that there's a certain amount of appeal for her talking about the building the house, doing the things and whatnot, versus if her dad popped up there and did that. Okay?
Right.
And it's also, like I said, it's also pretty cool because she can do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Man or woman. I mean, and I think that's a good lesson to show you that, yes, anybody can do that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And then she gives her dad credit and says, well, there's some stuff he does that I can't do or I don't do.
Right.
So she's humble in that also. And you can tell she appreciates how hard her dad has worked. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of good family lesson, it just kind of woven in that, and just, just kind of showing her girl power side of it, that, hey, I can do stuff. And, and I can still like to be cute and, do historically more feminine things, paint your nails, put makeup, whatever it might be.
Things that I like to do.
It could go so south, and I'm really just trying to hold it up. Just trying.
I appreciate that.
I'm just trying, because, man. Anyway, and then you have this person who, we don't even know who this person is or where she's from or whatever, and just attacks that. So American women aren't women. Shut the hell up. What is wrong with you? What?
I mean,
you've lost your mind. You have lost your mind.
Some of the comments that I heard were like just other pictures of her that are better than what I showed you. And they were like, this girl is hot. Like one guy's like, I don't care if she was married to me and she wore the welding mask all the time. I'm okay with that. But she's and again, like you said, she's not only attractive, she knows what she's doing. Like she knows, hey, I'm going to build a house. People like watching those videos, but you know what people like watching more than people building houses? Hot people building houses, right?
She's got skills.
When was it?
I mean,
what was it? What was the? Was it ABC or whoever, the people having sex with Disney and ESPN, whoever that conglomeration that got together and made a baby? They did that show,
Extreme Home Makeover.
That was it with a couple of Hottie McHottersons and a couple of dudes, and like everybody on that show was good looking.
That's true.
It's like you can make over a house with ugly people, right? Like you could hire me. Like you could hire me
or me. I mean, we could both be, yeah. And
you get some
people be like
very unskilled labor.
You would get almost 40,000 viewers.
Yes, almost. That's about it.
That ain't going to get there.
No,
that ain't going to get there.
But I mean,
Ty Pennington.
No, yeah,
you know.
And,
I mean,
and what was her name? Shit, I don't know. It was on that stupid network, but that just produces just total shit. Anyway, but I mean, they knew what they were doing too, right? Because people like watching that stuff, and
true,
you know, and
I mean, and they legit have some skills. Again, they have some skills. It's like these people, yeah. So I mean, that's so silly.
Yeah,
I mean, and I like that she said I would say her name, but you know, I can't remember it right now. It's like because it doesn't matter. Because who cares?
Yeah.
Shush.
If you look her up and like if you watch any of her other videos, like she I guess that's what she means by noodling, is when you stick your hand down like a catfish mouth and you pull it up. You like wearing gloves and stuff, and like that's how you catch catfish. I think that's noodling. But she does that a lot. So if you're into that sort of thing, I'm not either, but if you want to watch her in the water doing it, then you can sure check it out because there's a ton of videos.
I mean, noodling. Noodling catfish.
There you go.
Yeah, you must look that up.
No, I know that she said she does noodling.
Oh, there's Hannah Barron noodling a catfish.
Oh.
In a Yep. Oh.
She's got millions of followers, folks.
Well,
there's the reason.
I mean, there's a reason why.
She's an attractive girl, and I think, and I mean, I her accent doesn't really bother me, at all. I mean,
I mean, I'm pretty sure that she knows what she's doing.
I think so too.
That's a smart woman.
That's a noodle.
I'm looking at
She's using her noodle.
I mean, they're like underwater too.
Oh no, she like
no, it's not like
down.
It's not like
yeah.
Man,
she's noodling away.
That is pretty crazy.
She
had to hold her breath for a long time too. Darn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
she's going back again. There you go. So there it is. So that's how you get them. All right. Well, and I see why she's got all the followers.
Yep.
There you go. Okay. Well,
people like catfish, and
that ain't what
people like noodles.
That's not why. But I mean, she has that skill again. So there you go.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, the comment from the other person, like I don't even understand like what she was.
No,
unless she just didn't have any publicity.
And just to generalize like that too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like, okay, well,
I'd say the American women would have a few things to say about that. If you want to tell us, go to our website. That's DaveandDoc.com. That's DaveAndDoc.com.
You can. That's right.
And someone will write you back.
Send us your noodling videos, and we'll
don't do that.
Send us your noodling videos.
It's
I want 40,000 of you to send your noodling videos. Woo! We'll pick the worst one and play it on the air.
Noodling killed the Dave and Doc podcast. Noodling killed the
Oh.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So Hannah Barron.
Yeah. So
rock on.
Yeah. So Hannah Barron, good job. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep noodling away. Noodle anything you want to noodle. Whatever you want to noodle, stop. Knock it out.
Oodles of noodles.
I just a noodling.
That's it.
And we also didn't get to talk about a couple of weeks ago because we weren't here. That's why the studio was empty. It was a ghost town. We didn't get to talk about Mr. Sean Combs, aka Puffy,
P. Diddy,
aka Puff Daddy, aka
Diddy. Diddy runs the city.
aka Diddy.
Diddy.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party. LeBron.
Diddy done messed up.
Diddy done messed up, man. So here's what's so first of all, like the FBI or Homeland Security rather raided his home,
Mm-hmm.
and the news copters were already there. They were there before Homeland Security got there. So now you tell me how that happened. You think they woke up one morning and said, "You know, we haven't flown over Diddy's house in a while. Diddy done did it. Let's go done do it and fly over Diddy's house."
Do you remember when Diddy ran the city?
Diddy ran the city.
Remember that?
Diddy ran the city.
He was like, he's like broken down.
Yeah.
Had the blisters on his feet. Anyway,
Well,
so Diddy messed up. Homeland came, raided him. He did a post to one of his daughters, like while it was happening.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, you just can't eat too much noodling without permission.
Yeah.
He didn't get his fishing license.
That's
That's why it's important. Fish in your own pond.
So it's
That's a very important thing.
yeah.
You know.
Yes.
You know, I'm just
Yes.
saying. You get in trouble otherwise.
Sex trafficking allegations, amongst a lot of other things. That
I mean, what are you doing?
Of
Of course, I mean, he's innocent until proven guilty.
Of
I
course.
mean, but
yeah.
He's in a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
He's in a bit of a mess.
Some of these, let's see, some of the plaintiff state, Diddy, who we all know who that is, raped them and in some cases trafficked them by coercing them to engage with sex with other men. I mean, it's gotten bad. Like people have cut ties with him too. Like Hulu's cut ties with him. They had to scrap his upcoming reality show. It never even hit the air. But
he denies it all.
He does.
And that's the hard thing too. You know, you hate this because I mean, what if it all, you know, what if it's not?
Yeah, right.
And then all these things happen. It's like and here, you know, in the wrong place at the wrong time, that the kicker for San Diego State, the punter, Matt Matareza. I mean, you lost your job and everything because of that, and then it ends up like, oh, you weren't actually the one that potentially was doing anything, quote unquote, that was wrong. But you know, that's why you're also not hanging around as a 21-year-old with a 17, 18-year-old person, you know what I mean, who's underage,
right?
And he shouldn't have, you know. Now maybe he didn't know, whatever. So, but I mean, you're in the wrong place, and look what happens.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to build your life back.
Yeah, I just
so you just hope it's not another one of those things. But again, you know, you put yourself in these situations, sometimes bad stuff. I mean, this is what happens, and so
you know, listening to other people though, they're talking about like this is like a known thing. Like it wasn't a secret that Diddy was into this stuff. Like it wasn't like it's been going on forever. It's just, do you think that people just get to the point money wise that they just lose their mind and think they can just do anything?
I mean, R. Kelly pissed on somebody. I mean, on a video. He wasn't even trying to hide.
No.
So yeah, I think they do. And I mean, the other thing too is I
he believed he could fly.
Right. I think you know, some of that, it's like what was perceived as acceptable, you know, and how long did you think it? I mean, it's not is the point, but it's like some of that stuff, just different, just different things. Like, I mean, if you know, you go back to the 90s and I mean, you're saying things that's stupid, and you would say, well, it's, you know, whatever. And now if you said something like that, you get in big trouble.
Yeah.
And it's just a shift. You know, it's like when they were talking about when ESPN did the, I hate Christian Laettner, and he was talking, and Ryan McGee saying, well, what do you say? Well, that's gay, or you're a fag, saying stuff.
Yeah.
It's not nice, but that was just like commonplace.
It was. Yeah.
And man, you're talking one thing. I mean, you had whole crowds of people chanting stuff.
Oh yeah.
And now to come forward, and it's like now those people are beating the heck out of the one person who says it versus how it was it was like it was acceptable.
Of course. Yeah.
And so I'm like, you got to be careful not to blur it with, oh, well, that was socially acceptable then. Well, but it never really was.
Yeah.
It just,
human trafficking is, you know what I mean?
I mean,
right?
it's like, right. And I get that.
And to clear it up for everybody, noodling, okay. Trafficking,
human
not
trafficking,
okay.
not okay.
Again, noodling, okay. Trafficking, not okay.
And I think some of that is maybe even some public ignorance, because I mean, we think of trafficking, you think of like, where they steal the kids and they put them in all that. And yes, that's part of it. But I mean, there are adult people that they're basically being trafficked into that.
Yeah.
With just for career gain or whatever, and they're manipulated because they feel the pressure into having to do those acts of whatever. And it is kind of the same thing. It's you think of the other cases, like I said, with the kiddos and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I mean, these people obviously were they were being placed in sexual situations and basically being like, why don't you hang out with my boy? Well, what if she doesn't want to? Well,
yeah. Yeah.
So
again, it's one of those situations where we all hope it's not true, because I hope those people never went through that. But at the same time, these allegations sometimes are pretty damning. I mean, it's kind of like the Vince McMahon thing. It's like, dude, I mean, she was pretty specific and said you took a shit on her head.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like it was, she said,
and left it
accidentally.
Right.
Or he had the runs and whatever. Like he did it. Yeah. And she was very specific about it. So this is kind of like that. I mean, it's sometimes
what seeing it's
like,
back again to what?
Don't know.
I mean, who thinks of that?
No.
I mean, you got to be just deeply seated, messed up in the head. And there's some. I mean, it's beyond. I mean, there's narcissism, and then I crapped on somebody's head because I felt like it, because I didn't think that rules applied to me. Oh yeah, here, let's just come hang out. And by the way, you're gonna have relations with my buddy here, and I'm gonna make you do that.
Yeah. I mean, how many billions of dollars do you have until that's a thing?
Right.
Right.
That's crazy. Diddy, you're going to be running from the city, trying to get overseas.
Diddy may have done it now.
I think
to himself.
Diddy did it.
Diddy did it.
Possibly.
He should have been noodling.
He
should have been noodling.
I mean,
and instead
probably
he
would have
was
been safer.
Noodling. That's the problem.
There you go.
That's the problem.
Good differential. Thank you.
Thank you. I thought that would help you out there.
From Barron to Diddy.
Yeah. And I mean, here's a guy that
it's not witty.
He was, I mean, one of the most popular people, one of the most popular artists on the planet.
Yeah. He's in trouble.
And now he's,
cancel culture, man.
You think he'll write a book from prison though? Like,
I don't think he'll go
Diddy didn't do it.
I don't think he'll go to prison.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
What do you think? He'll skip town?
No.
He'll run some other city?
No, I think it'll all get plead down to misdemeanor stuff by the time it's all done, because he's got high-powered lawyers. Because I guarantee you a lot of this stuff, unfortunately, I mean, is circumstantial.
Yeah.
And so I think he ends up settling, and I think it damages him from a social perspective.
Sure.
But I think legally, I think he won't. I think he will not end up facing anything significant.
Yeah.
By the time it's just because the way our legal system's put together. So that's what I think. But I think socially, I think this is very much, this has got him in some deep doo-doo. And rightfully so. I mean, if these yes. That's triple D. Diddy and deep doo-doo. Actually, that's quadruple D, I guess, unless you make doo-doo one word or two.
Here's something I don't understand. Let's say old Dave's got about $5 billion. Okay. Let's just say that. $5 billion.
Can we own the Captain Georges?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You and I are partners.
Okay.
And we own all the Captain
I don't need
Georges.
$5 billion. I just need like half a billion.
Yeah, sure.
Can I have that? So if you get $5 billion, can I have half of a billion?
So I'll have 4.5 billion.
And I'd have a half.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to be 50-50, if we're really, I mean, I'll take it. I won't turn you down, but
sure.
Yeah, you can have the big yacht thing and I'll just have the dinghy and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. And I'm not going to crap on anybody's head or any.
So let's say I've got a couple bill,
Okay.
right? 4 or 5 billion.
And we own the Captain George's.
And we own the Captain George's. And I'm a single guy.
I'm happy.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
say I'm a single guy.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
dear. Ooh.
So
With kids exist in this universe.
sure.
You're paid.
Let's just say
So,
I got
alimony.
rich.
So alimony is real.
Yeah, sure, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like I've got more money than I know.
I guess I understand. I'm with you.
And I was looking for some affection, right? In a non-conventional way, right? Let's say I didn't want to go to the bar because I was recognizable because there's the Captain George's guy. There's Bubba Gump.
There it is.
You know.
Okay, I got this. I'm
So-
with you.
Right. So there are avenues and ways that you can use your said wealth to purchase some affection an hour at a time or longer periods of time, in fact.
This is true.
Or it's been known. I've heard some tell of some various and sundry stories of sometimes men, predominantly men who are very wealthy and maybe a little older, will somehow come into the acquaintance of a younger, very attractive girl, like a Hannah Barron. Okay. And from afar, you look at it and you say to yourself, I'm sure that's love. I'm sure it is. But the skeptical side of you, is kind of clawing at you a little bit and saying, that seems like a business arrangement. You know what, folks? Any of those is more acceptable than what this guy
that's
is being
true.
accused of.
I mean,
Like,
dude,
dude,
that's true.
Go find, listen, hold auditions. Did he want a woman? Did he want a woman?
Catching Kelsey.
Yeah. Winner gets, $500 million and you get to live on one of my yachts or in one of my mansions. And by the way, you have to marry me and have sex with me. Okay. They signed up for the agreement at that point. There's so many ways to do this that's cheaper than the way that he's doing it now, that it's going to cost him to potentially get out of this shit. And you don't have to be a scumbag to do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, if I'm 65 and I've got a 19-year-old Hottie McHotterson and I got to buy her a couple of cars and a house or something, and that's just what I want out of my life. Okay. I mean, I'd be stupid and buy football teams and do stupid shit with my money.
You're already an owner.
That's true.
I mean, you don't need, I'm just saying.
Do you think that I could buy two? I bet that's competing. Like if I bought the 49ers,
Yes.
and of course I'm
Yes,
an owner
I
of the Green
think
Bay
there's a
Packers.
rule.
I would have to sell my shares of.
You can own an NBA and a WNBA franchise.
No, thank you. That shit's that's a sinking ship, folks. Let me tell you right now, both of those leagues are sinking ships. I'm just telling you, I don't know that there's enough. I don't know that there's enough viewership to help either one of them, to be perfectly honest with you. I haven't looked at the ratings in a couple of years, but I'm telling you right now, that shit is going south.
It does kind of seem to be that way.
And I just don't want, I wouldn't want any part of that. I would buy a flipping stock in Applebee's that nobody goes to anymore before I would do that.
Fancy like Applebee's on a date night.
Applebee's.
Bourbon Street steak and the Oreo.
But see,
cake.
if you married Diddy, you wouldn't have to go to Applebee's.
That's
You could
true.
go to the upscale Applebee's,
You could go
Outback.
to
I don't know. I like Outback. I'm not saying, yeah.
I like Outback too. Ruth's Chris.
There you go.
Chris.
Yes.
Fleming's.
I love me some Ruth's Chris. I love me some Fleming's too.
Yeah, go to Ruth's Chris. Ruth's Chris.
Fleming's is
Anywhere.
The steak is just kind of seared on top a little bit. And you get that little bit of crunch with your filet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I didn't have to traffic anybody to go
No,
there.
you don't have to.
I didn't
That's
have
right.
to.
You can legally go and do that.
You can.
And you
One-
don't abuse anybody.
100%.
No women feel violated
No.
or men. Because that one guy was like, all he did was drug me. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, at some point, but at some point you gotta be like, I think I need to get away from that. Because when I feel funny when I'm with him. Get away. I mean, obviously he's done something. What are you doing?
There's some telltale signs, right? When
when
you wake up at Bill Cosby's house.
Why do I have a glow stick in my mouth and my anus hurts? I mean, God,
Right.
it's like something must have happened
in my colonoscopy.
Oh, would you stop? You end up with a glow stick.
It's still there. It's still glowing. That's the weird thing. I can't sleep at night. The light's too bright. It's coming up my throat.
When you toot, it strobes.
It does.
Pulsation.
I started playing some dance music in the bedroom. I mean, it's like going to Bill Cosby's house, right? And he says, and you wake up and you're like, how many days have I been here? Oh, let me make you a drink. Jello pudding pop. I call this a Biltini. He's on Diddy's yacht. Oh God.
But that was it. Let's not go there. Well, he got some of that tossed out.
He did.
And then that's just so weird. I don't know. We need to move on.
But you know what though? If you or I got in trouble and even
we'd still be in jail. We would still be in jail, son. Let me just explain this to you. We would still be in jail.
If Diddy's in a foot worth of trouble or a trailer, I don't know. Trouble. If Diddy's in a foot of I was going to say it again, for God's sakes, Dave, of trouble. What's in this Monster Energy drink?
I was like, what do you think about trailers for?
I don't know. We were talking about that earlier.
Yes,
with the Captain D's.
Yes, we were.
But if he's in a foot of trouble and we were in a millimeter of trouble, we'd be in jail for 20 years or more.
Oh yeah.
So
that's our legal system, man.
I also don't traffic anyone, but
right.
I wouldn't know how to do that. Like, I don't know how. Somebody you call?
What is this? Dial 1-800-Traffickers.
It's like buying drugs.
And get your movements right.
The only person I know that could get me drugs is you.
Well, thanks for that.
But you know what I mean? And that's through a prescription that I have to pay it. Like, I mean, it's not like,
oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't know where to go get drugs.
Right.
Let's say I wanted to. Let's say tonight,
I got nothing.
Like, you and I wanted to go out and get crazy high, right? and party to the brink of 9:45, right? Because we're old.
I was gonna say we'd be dead at 9:45. What happened?
We'd be gone.
It's not even dark enough for the glow stick to work.
We didn't even take the drugs. We just fell asleep because we're old. Oh God,
that'd be it.
That probably would be it. But I mean, but where would you go? Like, I mean, I'm being dead serious. Like, I have no idea how you would like get into some of these lifestyles. Like, I mean, does somebody just knock on your door? Hey, Diddy,
come and knock on our door.
My name's Donnie, Diddy.
We've got drugs for you.
my name's Donnie, Diddy. My brother Lonnie said, "Hey, Donnie, go talk to Diddy
and give him these drugs.
And we've got some drugs and we've got some trafficking opportunities for you." I mean, how the hell does that happen?
Lonnie and Donnie deaf down with the drugs with Diddy in the city for Riddy.
In the city with Diddy. I don't understand how people get into these situations.
They got the hookup. It's like Nickelback said. Everybody's got a drug dealer on speed dial.
I guess I don't.
Because we all just want to be big rock stars and live in hilltop.
I mean, who I talk to on the phone? I talk to like my boss, employees, you, Don, my buddy Daniel. Like some folks that I used to work with in radio. Like, I mean, that's who I talk to. And not one of you at any time has ever said, "Hey, Dave, man, is your wife around?" No, man, what's wrong? I got some drugs for you. Can I come over? I got a bag. It'll cost you $150. It just doesn't happen.
Right. Because we don't associate.
I guess. But I mean, do you think that these guys like Diddy and others? I mean, you would think they would be associating.
It's like people. 6 degrees of separation, man. Everybody, you can get to somebody through anybody through 6 degrees of separation.
Oh, hang on now. I can get to Carrie Underwood with 6 people.
I bet you could.
Oh shit, I'll make that happen.
I bet you could.
That will happen tomorrow. You're person number 1. 5 to go. 5 to go. And it's
Oh.
yeah, my phone rings and it's
It was like a signal from God.
it was
That
it was
was-
Carrie Underwood calling.
You know we can actually do that, right?
What's that?
Get through me and get there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about it after the show
Okay.
because we made it in less than 6. If you want to actually really be technical,
Really, to Carrie Underwood?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because of people that we know.
Oh.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
you know what? Maybe because I know some people too. Maybe I could get there too. We just talked about an actress.
That's what I'm saying.
that I do,
You
so-
go to me,
Yeah.
I go to somebody, they go to somebody, and they go to Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees of separation.
Then she ends up married to me.
I don't know if we can make that happen, but you could
Well, the marrying things that's
you could connect yourself through that channel.
I've connected myself many times with her in dreams.
I can dream about you,
And I will.
but I won't traffic you tonight.
I'm a little scared of Carrie Underwood. She's in really good shape. I think she might kick my ass.
That's okay.
I mean, it's fine if that's the
You could play
ER patient.
You could play my Smack My Bitch Up by
Oh God. Look. Oh. I haven't heard that title in so long.
No, because you remember the video on that.
I know all of it.
Because
yeah.
it's a woman at the end beating the crap out of everybody.
Yeah.
And that's like some crazy. Yeah.
Oh, I definitely remember.
Yeah. I mean, that was a crazy video, like flipping it back. Yeah, man. Prodigy is messed up.
Oh, they are.
But I'm serious, and like I said, that's, I mean, she might just kick your.
She might.
Mhm.
I think she might.
That's okay.
We could go noodling.
She might know how to do it, man.
I bet she does. I bet she does. Growing up in Oklahoma,
Yeah.
there's a lot of noodling in Oklahoma.
I have no idea.
I don't know what's in Oklahoma.
The Sooners.
Sooners and some hay, I guess. Hay Sooners. I don't know what's there.
Hey, Sooners.
I don't know.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey, Sooners.
getting off of Diddy here.
What else is in Oklahoma?
Getting off of Diddy, I thought you would think this is funny. Jerry Seinfeld.
And we went.
Yeah, right.
We're just touching them all today,
And
man.
Jerry, I love Jerry Seinfeld. I was a big fan of the Seinfeld show, as you can see above Doc's head there. The little Seinfeld sign that sits up there. I was a huge fan of the show. I've watched the entire series through probably 6, 7, 8 times. I don't know.
Life is like a Seinfeld episode. And that's kind of how our podcast
It is.
It's kinda
It's
what we
very
named
much
it.
like that. And so Jerry's making a new movie about the story of Pop-Tarts. And I think some of it's true, but most of it he just ripped off from some other story. And because Jerry Seinfeld's a big Pop-Tart fan, because like it's in his bit. If you've ever heard Jerry do stand-up, he talks about telling his mom, he's like, "No, Mom, you don't have to worry about it being ever going stale because it was never fresh to begin with. It's a Pop-Tart," right? So
I mean, that's kind of true.
so I thought I would play for you the trailer
all right, I'm ready.
to
Oh, yeah.
the Pop-Tart
Yeah.
movie that is called Unfrosted.
If you give me the donuts, I'm going to glaze them.
That's I here we go, folks. It's going to be on Netflix sometime soon.
You may have to wind it back. It looks like it's already played.
No, it's at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
That's the very beginning thing.
Oh, okay.
I set all this up ahead.
Look
of
at you,
time,
man.
Listen,
All right, I'm ready. Sorry.
I know what I'm.
I just need.
As you
I
can
just-
see there, it says 0-0.
I just need to STFU. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
You have to give me a drink first. All right, here we go. Netflix.
Ground control, we are go for launch. Minus 3, 2, 1. Lift off.
Excited.
Lift off.
I believe we have split the atom of breakfast. In the early 1960s, the American morning was defined by milk and cereal. And the two undisputed giants of the cereal world were Kellogg's and Post.
Major news from the breakfast world. The Post Cereal Company has reportedly invented a shelf-stable fruit pastry breakfast product.
No.
Yeah.
Boy.
It's Post. They did it.
I'm about to finally crush that big red K that never stops glaring at me.
Amy
Post
Schumer.
did it.
Yeah.
There's always a surprise inside the box.
I'm just say use xanthan gum.
Xanthan.
Kellogg's is entering the race to reinvent breakfast with the help of Steve Schwinn, Chef Boyardee,
Chef Boyardee.
You know Isaiah Lamb from Quaker?
You Kellogg's people.
Quaker.
We're about to have some very powerful people very upset.
You have to win. Are you making any progress?
It's not to scale, but
What are you guys, 5 years old? Little John draws better than that. And I think there's something wrong with him.
Oh my God.
nobody said this was going to be easy.
We're talking about happy childhoods for millions of American kids. The important thing is the name.
Fruit Magoos. What?
No.
Heat 'em up and eat 'em ups.
No sale.
Oh.
Oblong nibblers.
Is this a joke?
Oblong nibblers.
That's great.
Whoever gets to the shelves first is going to win this thing.
How did it get this far?
It's breakfast. Things happen.
Isn't this a cereal company? Why did my husband explode?
There you go. So that's
Do you know how much money he's going to make off of that?
oh, I can only imagine
Because, I mean, he's still got it. And
Oh,
he's
I know.
hilarious. And he's got all these funny, stinking people. And Melissa McCarthy is hilarious.
she is, yeah.
I mean, so is Amy Schumer.
Yeah, she is, and I mean, there's enough people there to. I know you saw that, but that's what I wanted to show you from
Millie Bobby Brown.
We'll get there in a second. The Drew Barrymore show, but yeah, so Unfrosted,
Unfrosted.
and Jerry did an interview talking to I think it was Jimmy Fallon about the movie, and he was like, "Well, hey, did you go to like Kellogg's and?"
He's like,
and
no.
post- yeah, to get like their take and like their permission. He goes, no, we didn't do that at all. I'm like, oh, okay, well,
Because I'm Jerry Seinfeld and it doesn't matter.
because he's Jerry Seinfeld.
That's
yeah.
hilarious, man.
But yeah, I think there is some truth in the movie, but most of it's just funny stuff. But
And that's awesome.
what was the nibblers? What was it? The warm
Oblong nibblers.
nibblers. If Diddy had a football team, right?
Stop. Oh, God.
I mean, the oblong nibblers.
Stop. We're going to get it's going.
Oh no. That is my favorite name though of those. And but calling them Pop-Tarts it worked out better for them, I think. But but the oblong nibblers.
Frosted oblong nibblers.
Oh God. Oh.
Whap. Brought to you by Whap. Frosted oblong nibblers brought to you by Whap.
Raunchy rectangles. I mean, there's a lot of names for them. But I thought it was a joke when I heard that he was doing it, and I thought he was just doing a bit. And then I'm like, oh God, he's actually doing this movie.
Oh, he totally did it. That's the thing. That's why it's so awesome because it's something you would think would just be hilarious and just a bit. No, we made a movie out of it.
Yeah.
That guy's he's so comical genius. It's ridiculous.
He is.
It's ridiculous.
And all because he loves Pop-Tarts. He's like, it just like happened.
Well, I mean, what else do you do? I mean,
yeah. And Hugh Grant he plays Tony the Tiger. And he said that Hugh warns you before you work with him that he's awful to work with. He's like Hugh Grant called him up and said, he's like, hello, I'd like to be in the movie. And Jerry was like, okay, I mean, sure. It's like, we're not really doing an audition thing here because I'm okay. And so they put him at Tony the Tiger because Jerry said that he always had this thing in his head where he thought Tony the Tiger was like this Shakespearean actor that got stuck doing Tony the Tiger.
So
and he's like, that was Hugh Grant. Like, so he's like,
and apparently he's horrible to work with.
He even said it like he's terrible. Like he's terrible to work with, but he's great and he's fun at the same time. But he's like awful to work with. But yeah,
that's
Unfrosted, folks.
Little plug,
Jerry.
If you really want to come on the show, man.
Shit.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I would be really, I'd be closer to my goal of $5 billion if I was friends with Jerry Seinfeld.
Right.
I'd be closer to my goal.
It's truth.
You're
rich in spirit, my friend.
Thank you. Rich. Thank you. I've always said that about
Rich in
myself.
spirit. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of rich in spirit,
segue.
I love me some Drew Barrymore. I've always liked Drew Barrymore. 50 First Dates is still one of the funniest movies I think I've ever seen. And there's also
I thought you were talking about Poison Ivy. The original Poison Ivy.
No.
No.
This and then the what was
Firestarter?
Yeah, Firestarter. What was the movie? It was Jimmy Fallon and her, and it was he was a big baseball fan. I can't remember.
Fever Pitch.
Look at you.
Because they actually shot a scene.
It actually was when the Red Sox won the World Series.
Yeah.
And they came back from 3-0 down to the Yankees.
Yeah.
And it just and Fallon was like a big Boston fan. He's like, it just happened that
Sox.
The Sox. But that was a really funny movie.
Fever Pitch.
And I just like Drew Barrymore, right?
Life has dealt a pretty little hand to Miss Drew Barrymore. Do you remember she did that SNL?
Yes. So here we go. And I don't know if you've ever watched her show.
I don't think so. No, I thought
she's got a daytime talk show because everybody except you and I have one.
Yeah, I guess you got to have 1.1 million subscribers.
I guess you do.
She's got,
And so she had Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things. Everybody loves Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown.
You down with MBB? Yeah, you know me.
And I'm not going to play all this, of course, but just about a minute. But I want you just to watch it's creepy as shit. And she does this with everybody. Like, it's not just a normal talk show where you can just sit there and talk to somebody, right? Like Kelly Clarkson has one too, right?
Yeah.
But Kelly sits in a spot, and then the guest sits in a spot.
Yeah.
But Drew Barrymore almost has to be sitting on the person's head. It's really weird. It just you watch
out
it
for anal seepage if you're sitting on somebody's head.
I'm here for my anal swab. So here's a scene from the Drew Barrymore show and Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun. Is it true that you got a place right near your parents too?
Yeah,
right?
I live next to my parents,
which I love.
Yeah, I know.
Well, she's touching her.
I was living with them.
They've got on the same
then
shirt.
When I turned 18, I was like, I want.
They're laying on a
dog.
bed.
I was going to say, was it an animal thing?
It was an animal thing. I was like, can I get another dog? And they were like, no, you can't fit any more dogs in your room. So you're going to have to figure something. And I was like, well, I want a rabbit and I want farm animals. So I moved out.
Look at this.
And I moved next door. But my parents
Look
still
at
do my laundry.
As the mother of two daughters,
Look at what in the world?
Love nothing more than if we lived in close proximity. This is my dream.
I know.
You are my goal. You are literally showing me that
What?
Wait, she didn't have pants on.
these things are possible.
No, of course not. I didn't even notice that.
My parents are like my friends. So it's always been
What
like
is
that.
going
so I've always, I'm
on?
like, I want to be around you and I like hanging out with you.
What did they have to do to get you to feel?
Listen, every time I watch her show, it's weirder and weirder. She has these weird looks on her face, and it's always some kind of
Like me right now.
Well, I mean, you're in kind of a look of shock, like I am.
I don't think Millie Bobby Brown had any pants on.
She
on the bed with boots.
She maybe. I don't know.
I mean, and Drew was touching her,
and she was touching her. And again, I've watched clips of
Folks,
that show.
I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay.
I mean, I've watched clips of that show, and it's always like that. Anybody on the show,
well, she's very touchy feely. I've always heard.
Holy balls, I reckon. Man. And listen, I love me some Drew Barrymore. I really do. I just. She might love me back or a long time if I go on the show. I don't know. Whap. It's the Drew Barrymore show.
Wab.
I don't really have a lot to say about that. I just wanted you to see that because that's just weird.
That is kind of weird.
We all love us some Millie Bobby Brown. We all love Stranger Things.
I've never really watched Stranger Things.
Oh, you should.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's really good.
I'm not denying that either. Very
It's really
popular.
good.
It's not really my thing. I did watch. Not recently.
Yeah.
This
morning.
No, just 2 days ago. No,
Oh.
it's been a long time. I did watch the new Roadhouse movie.
I watched that too.
Because you had mentioned it, and I watched it.
I watched it too.
That's a shame. That was a shame.
Let's do this because we haven't practiced this.
Okay.
Can we count to 3 and both of us at the same time say what we thought ruined the movie?
Oh.
Because we might say something different.
Okay.
You ready?
All right, I'm ready.
All right, ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3.
Conor McGregor.
Oh, yes!
Yeah.
We didn't practice that.
No.
We didn't practice
Oh, it was awful. That's why I was like, when they did the introducing thing at the end, I was like, man, y'all have ruined him.
Oh.
I mean, the half of his, like, you could tell they had to do voiceover on a lot of his lines.
Oh, yeah.
Because obviously it wasn't audible, whatever he was trying to do. And it was like they audited his accent.
Yeah.
Or something. Something was just
Dalton.
Got his scent special for you. Something pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You brought all your friends with you? I guess I'm going to lose then. There's something wrong with you.
It's
Me
like
too.
He ruined that movie.
Knocks on his belly instead of McGregor. I was like, oh my God.
And he was naked the whole movie. He was just naked. He's walking around with his ass out the whole movie.
Yeah. That when they first introduced him and he's got his wingtips on with dress socks and nothing else, and I was like walking bow-legged, and I was like, that's not.
Well, the guy who was like the son, who was like the evil genius,
yeah,
or whatever, the evil guy and the son, like he was terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Like the first part of that movie when Jake Gyllenhaal got there and like had the first fight with the guys outside.
Yeah.
And he's like slapping them and beating them up, and then takes them actually drives them to the hospital.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, this is funny. And then holy balls, it went terrible after that. Conor McGregor ruined that movie.
Yeah.
Ruined it.
Yeah, I mean, the beginning was not that bad.
No.
As they were kind of just building that, and then it's like they had to edit out a bunch of stuff, and it just blew up the plot line, and a lot of stuff was omitted.
It was terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
God bless you for watching that, man. I watched it too.
I just briefly, I remember you had mentioned to Steven that you had watched, and I was like, I want to watch it, because you didn't really say a lot about it. I think other than like you just didn't like it or something. And so so I totally watched it. I was like,
oh no. The minute he shows up, you're like, oh, this is gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
Knox.
Wow. Anyway, I don't know how we got on that.
Knox is here. Oh, dude, can you
Hello,
go back?
band.
Can you go back? Oh. So I did want to play a couple things for you.
I'm ready.
We talk about the TikTok.
The TikTok.
TikTok doesn't like Dave and Doc, but Dave and Doc has a TikTok.
Have a TikTok.
This was actually funny. I wanted to play this. This is just the audio clip, but this was a woman screaming at her husband, and a guy got the video and then played drums.
Stop.
Like through a beat. It's really, really super short because it was TikTok, but it's really short, but it's really funny. So here you go.
Wash the fucking dishes and shut the fuck up.
Want to hear it again? You want to hear it again? You want to hear it again? Here we go.
Wash the fucking dishes and shut the fuck up.
And it was split screen, and the dude with the drums, he's like, and again, it was just
Wash the fucking dishes and shut the fuck up.
And we've now got an adult content rating for this.
Oh yeah,
podcast.
no, this one is definitely.
Woo! Look out!
But I did think it would be funny to play 2 clips from TikTok that I thought was funny. From the TikTok, and one of them is a song, so we might get copyright busted for it. I don't really care.
Okay.
I mean,
he just announced it too.
We've already made our millions on YouTube, folks.
30 cents worth.
So
50 cents.
This first one, I don't know
Get
if
rich
you-
or die trying.
I don't know if I've ever sent you anything from this guy, but his name is Bob Menry.
No.
And Bob,
I would remember
I don't
that.
know if Bob has ever done broadcasting
He's BM.
before.
His initials are
It's
BM.
I don't know if he's ever done broadcasting or not, but like he's got the voice for it, right? And
Okay.
it almost sounds like he has. But now what he does is takes clips of games and events and broadcasts them in the way that you would do in your home with whatever language you want to, and it's really flipping.
Bob Menry.
Yeah, Bob Menry. Yeah. So let me. Where's the mouse at? What's going on? How do you work this?
There it is.
So here you go,
Bob Menry.
and this is this. There's no setting this up. This is just funny.
The end of the shotgun is the quarterback. Play action. Good drive so far. Does it get better? Yes, it does. Leaping grab for a touchdown. And oh, God, here comes the mascot again. They pay this fucking kid $11 an hour. He's the biggest alcoholic at the school. He dresses up in a lion suit, and then he gets charged for a 15-yard penalty. They got to find a way to control him. Anyways, they're fighting for the ball. It looks like the touchdown's going to stand. But the mascot obviously just affected the team pretty badly. He doesn't give a fuck. He's still hammered from the night before. Woo! The end of the shotgun is the quarterback. Play action.
That's my,
man.
He's got a whole channel of that sort of stuff.
That's so bad.
This one.
That is so bad.
This one.
Oh my! What is wrong?
This. And again, we might get. I don't.
What is this?
Somebody said this was AI generated.
No wonder we didn't go over the
right
the format.
This is one of the funniest songs that I think I've ever heard in my life.
Stop.
And the words are up there for you to
Stop.
And again, if you haven't seen it, folks, it's time to take a shit on the company's dime.
What?
Are you ready? Do you want? You don't.
Yes.
you don't have to listen. Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Oh my!
You sounded as if you didn't want to hear it, so I wanted to make sure. So here you go, folks.
You don't want to have any trafficking concerns.
No, I just said right.
We have to have express written.
That's right.
Consent.
There has to. I need you to sign an NDA.
That's right.
All right, here we go.
It's time to take a shit on the dog we slide. I don't even have to shit sometimes. It's hanging dog as a time. Getting paid to shit, getting paid to ride. That's 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
Getting paid to shit, getting paid to ride. That's 45 minutes of my fucking life. I knew my boss would spy on me.
This gets terrible.
He tried to run really fast into the store. But he slipped on my wrist and smashed his balls. I said, holy shit, he might be dead. As I looked over his body with my reader and balls all made up. You strained your fucking trust. I called the police and told them that my boss was trying to stop. Going home, I was trying to take a dump. So I pissed on him in self-defense. And my boss got arrested. Cool. Getting paid to shit, getting paid to wipe the best 45 minutes of my fucking life. Getting paid to shit, getting paid to wipe the best 45 minutes of my fucking life.
You can't tell me that's not the funniest song you've ever heard. Yeah.
Dave.
I don't even know what to say. It just goes downhill.
Where's Rikishi?
Just hanging dong. I'm just hanging dong.
Trying to install a glory hole. Wow.
Guess it.
Wash the fucking dishes and shut the fuck up!
I don't know. Do you think while the dude is sitting there, right, and his boss comes in? I mean, do you think it's
Probably
immediately-
so. Probably so.
That was from the
Wow.
Tiki Talk folks, and that's probably some copyright violation. I'm sure. That's
Wow.
fine.
It's stuff that people come up with too.
I know.
I mean, who even thinks about that?
Oh, it was beautiful.
And you found it. That's the other thing.
I did not
How
find
does
this.
one?
Don sent this to me.
Right? Of course he did.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
some of the stuff he sends me, I can't even play on our podcast because I'm like, oh no, I can't go. I can't go there. That's pretty rough.
Oh man, that's bad.
Yeah. I can't even say it.
No, we've come close enough to being
I think,
canceled.
yeah, we're close enough at this point.
We've come close enough.
I'm just hanging dog. At 45 minutes. Why does it take you that long?
Well, I mean, sometimes you just get real concentrated. And I mean, you got, 10 to 15 pounds of feces inside you at any given time.
I tell you what, it didn't take me it did take me 45 minutes to get rid of everything in me, whatever I was.
Well, you were
drinking.
stimulated with some polyethylene glycol.
Yeah. That's called shit juice.
With my shit
That's
juice.
the street name for it. That's if you're buying drugs. That's the street. Hey man,
Where'd you find that from? Well, my GI doctor gave it to me.
Hey Donnie, this is Diddy. Go talk to Lonnie and see if he's got any shit juice. I got you, Diddy. Thanks, Donnie.
Hey Lonnie, you got any of the juice?
I got the shit juice. Does he want the shit juice or I've got the really good stuff from Cambodia? I got the good stuff. I got the good shit juice. Stop. Oh my God. It's a drug dealer, right? Like you've got like the normal stuff, right? And then he's got like, I don't sell this to everybody.
What was that? The Pineapple Express.
Yes.
That's it. That's it. Pineapple Express. Oh,
oh gosh. Oh
man.
Oh, is it James Franco and
Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen.
Mm-hmm. James Franco. He did some. He got accused of some stuff too.
And Seth Rogen has the most.
And he's like disowned having a relationship with him.
And Seth Rogen, what's funny is when he laughs. I don't know if you ever heard him laugh, like really laugh. That's the most stoner laugh I've ever heard in my life.
Well, hello. I mean,
I know, but I'm just saying.
It's like, well, I did it so much, it just kind of became my normal laugh.
He was just, I mean, every time he laughs, he's like, oh God, dude, calm
pretty
down.
much.
Oh,
well,
just in case you're hanging dong, folks.
45 minutes of my life.
45 minutes. Get paid to wipe.
Pissed on the floor. He slipped on it and busted it, mashed his balls. What did he say? He
lost all control.
no coming back from that, folks. There's no coming back from that. So anyway, so another earth-shattering, record-breaking day of things. I mean, it's just pure comedy. It's like a Seinfeld episode. You never know quite what you're going to get into.
No.
And while we sit here, South Carolina blew them out 78-59. So there you go. So South Carolina going to the championship.
And yeah, we should be getting close to
so about time
for Iowa and UConn.
For Caitlin Clark to be kicking it off.
Buckers and Clark. Sounds like an ice cream place.
Buckers. Or Bukers. Buckers.
Yeah.
Go Caitlin Clark.
Yeah,
Go
so Caitlin Clark, and last week she played she had some other people with her too. As a matter of fact, 4 that started with her.
That's right.
And then like 6 on the bench. Together they're called the Iowa Hawkeyes. And so they played LSU and Angel Reese. And again, here's what I'll say. I'll say that.
What say you?
Before the game, and again, I wasn't an LSU fan because I'm not really a Kim Mulkey fan anymore. And I think that LSU kind of tried to have this, we're really tough and rough, mentality and like this persona or whatever, and they'd say things like, well, the press and people can say what they want. We don't care. We're the champs. We can take it. They were very complimentary of Caitlin Clark after the game. Kim Mulkey called her a generational talent. It's like, what do you do? Like You either foul her or you watch her hit a three, or you watch her hit a three and you foul her.
Mm-hmm.
She played it out of her mind. Over 40 points, like 12 assists.
Oh yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Almost had a triple double.
She almost did.
She almost messed around, got a triple double. It was a good day.
So they were complimentary, but like it teaches you a little bit about winning with class in my mind, because Angel Reese a week before, whoever they were playing in the tournament, somebody fouled out and Angel Reese had her arms up doing the wave like bye, and then Angel Reese fouls out because karma, I guess, is a thing. And nobody did it. I mean, the fans can do what the fans do, but the players on the court, nobody did anything.
Right.
It wasn't anything about like the game really wasn't that brutal or anything. And again, after the game, they were very complimentary, a lot of tears and everything. And then Angel Reese kind of broke down at one point and said, "No one knows what I've been through this year and the things people say about me and everything." It's like, well, 25 minutes ago, you were really tough and bring it on because you're the champions. And now all of a sudden you're the victim.
Right.
I don't think so. Like, it doesn't work that way to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's
and Haley
Van
Lith, very complimentary before the game, very complimentary after the game. I thought some of the other players had great things to say on both teams, right? Like, I thought it was overall there's pretty good sportswomanship. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Somebody that's gonna have to give me a dictionary and a thesaurus. But it bothered me that, like, this whole time we're rough and tough and we don't care what people say and all this stuff. And then after the game, it's like, oh, well, people say a lot of stuff about me.
It's kind of, yeah. I mean,
suck it up and take it.
Well, it's kind of hard to have it both ways. You want
right.
that, you want that one persona, but then when you in defeat,
yeah,
it's like, well, no, I need the love. After you say no, I don't need the love the whole time. I don't know. Of course,
Tyson lost like 8 times in his career, and at no time did he ever, cry in the middle of the ring. And
he did bite Evander Holyfield's ear off, though.
Oh, I didn't say he wasn't crazy, but
he has some anger problems.
Yeah, he does.
No, but I get what you're saying, and I mean, not being a LSU fan in pretty much anything, I was glad to see them lose. And now here's the thing: if you don't think Caitlin Clark can talk some stuff, you're wrong, because she can talk some smack too. So obviously a lot of jawing back and forth, a lot of things. But yeah, I mean, I think that was good. They got a little bit of revenge from last year when they got beat in the championship. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, and they win tonight, then they're back in the championship again.
Playing South Carolina. South Carolina going for an undefeated season.
Playing what looks to be almost an unbeatable South Carolina team. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Be interesting to see what happens.
Men's Final Four coming up this weekend as well.
Go UConn. That's what I picked to win.
One of us picked Purdue.
Yeah,
to win the whole thing.
Ass.
People have told me that my whole life, and I can take it.
Let me tell you something.
I could take it.
Let me tell you something. There's a good thing on I don't know if it's on Instagram. It's a guy. He does like a back and forth commentary on all kinds of things, and it's like he's talking to himself and he changes disguises.
Yeah,
and he's talking about like North Carolina State playing Purdue, and he interjects a ref. He goes foul and on the NC State guy. And he's like, I didn't do anything. He's like, you don't have to. You're playing Purdue. Nobody calls fouls on Purdue.
Well, that's.
And then he dressed up like a Tennessee guy and says, yep, that's true. That's exactly right. Because 33 foul shots to 11, absolutely ridiculous. Zach Edey, 7'4", gargantuan, whatever, and you get one foul. Come on now. There is still a 3-second lane violation that is still real.
Much as I've heard,
and,
yes,
and
I think
big old boy living in there for half the shot clock, and they never call it. I mean, come on.
So the officials didn't call a lot of fouls, but how come there wasn't a brawl after the game? That's weird. Kim Mulkey said that's what happens when you don't call it. Oh, okay.
Well, no, they called a lot of fouls. They just called a lot of fouls on Tennessee.
They did. That was a very one-sided game.
Yeah, and that's how it's been for Purdue the whole tournament. So I'm not for Purdue. So it's.
Do you think anybody found a way?
So it's ABP. Anybody but Purdue, except Alabama. So basically, it's NC State. Or look at you trying to make me out of focus. Take that back. Whatever you think. UConn or NC State.
I'm making you out of focus. Or doing something.
Zach Edey, I mean, you made a whatever comment down on the court, and then you drop the F-bomb, and then you say some stuff about Rick Barnes. Rick Barnes all class. Go ahead and suck it, big old tall douche.
You know what's funny is
I mean, say what you want, but I mean, you cannot say anything bad about Rick Barnes.
No.
I'm sorry. Now, has he maybe underachieved at times with teams? Sure, but he's pretty dadgum consistent.
Well,
and we finally got back to an Elite Eight after struggling once Bruce Pearl left. I mean, we struggled for a minute.
Yeah.
We struggled before Bruce Pearl came. So it is what it is.
I do have exclusive audio of Zach Eady's girlfriend. You ready? You didn't know I had this.
I didn't know it.
Here it is.
Maybe that's why he just looks like he's battered all the time. But they never call a foul on him, so Edie. I don't like him one bit.
I don't care about Purdue one way or the other. I just know that
that hurts me. You picked them to win.
Well, yeah, I picked them to win the whole tournament.
That hurts me.
I had Tennessee losing to Creighton. Remember? I did.
That hurts me. That hurts me.
It doesn't hurt you.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't hurt you.
That you pick Purdue to, and then you pick Creighton over us. Are you crazy? Did you see them?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I did.
That's stupid. You deserve to lose.
What I thought would happen in the tournament was Dalton Connect. Listen, if I were playing Tennessee, like, okay.
Hey, if they'd have called the foul game close, we would have won. I mean, we had a chance to win anyway.
You did. That's true.
And we blew it. I mean, we had chances even despite all that mess. So throw all that out. We still could have won and we didn't. Connect had a great game. I mean, he gets blocked at the end because, Edie's 8'2".
Well, it's too bad that Edie didn't get hurt before the game and they had to bring in their backup center, because that's where Tennessee really shines, is when you bring in, you get rid of one of their all-star players in any sport. Let's just say football. And then you bring in the backup who hasn't played all year in the biggest game of the year. And then all of a sudden, you win the game by 7 points. And over the years, for some reason, Tennessee fans, we won that game by 35 points. Well, you've got dementia.
I don't recall it being 35 points.
It was not 35 points.
I don't recall that.
But again, no, you're right.
I do recall that the national championship was clad in orange that year.
It was.
Yes, it was.
It was.
It was.
They had to chip the garnet paint off of it.
Anyway,
here's what's. I've watched Purdue this year, not a lot, because I don't watch a lot of college basketball, but I have noticed that they don't get called for a lot of fouls. But my question is, do you think it's just they don't get called because every official in the country just loves them, or do you think that they've been coached to a point where they can do things and just get away? Kind of like
here's what I'm
like the
say.
Detroit Pistons. You remember them?
Yeah.
Lambeer fouled every 15 seconds
Here's
of
what
a
I'm
ball
gonna say.
game.
Well, here's what I'm going to say. Okay. Here's the deal. You watch an NC State team, men's basketball. We're talking men's.
Yeah.
NC State, Alabama, Duke, Tennessee. What's happening every possession? We're fouling. We are fouling you on defense, and we are daring you to call it. The problem is most other teams are doing that too.
Yeah.
And Purdue, if you watch them defensively, they are not moving. They did not call a lot of stuff that was happening. And when you just set that big bitch in the lane for 20 seconds,
that's his nickname. By
eventually, he's gonna get open. Because you can't beat up a guy that is a just beast.
Oh, he's a monster.
You can't stop him for the entirety of the shot clock. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
And where we had success was when they could direct him to the block, and his back was in the corner back to the basket, because then the on-ball guard could come down there and bother him, and he couldn't do anything from the corner because he had to be kind of a little bit higher up beyond the barrier to be able to use his footwork to score. And he just a big old beast, but basically, we foul on every play.
Yeah.
Duke fouls on every play. They play very aggressive defense.
Mm-hmm.
NC State is fouling on every play. They just going to see if you're going to call it or not, because you're not going to do it. But the difference was in the Purdue Tennessee game, they just called everything they could on us. Edie shot 24 foul shots.
He did.
That's ridiculous.
He runs
and
pretty well for a big guy.
And we shot 11.
Yeah.
you know, and again, we still had a chance to win.
You
So
did.
despite all that bull crap, we almost won.
You did.
So it just irritates because if it was even remotely similar, we'd be in the Final Four.
Now,
and we wouldn't be doing this podcast because I would be down there.
I hate to point this out. I do. But you're very upset that I picked Purdue.
Yes.
Now, who did you have winning the national?
UConn.
It was Tennessee, right?
No, I picked UConn.
My headset's going out. Hang on. You said Tennessee?
Mm-hmm.
You said Tennessee?
No, I said UConn to win.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm very hurt.
I'm just mad because you picked Purdue.
I'm very hurt.
You didn't have to pick Tennessee to win the whole thing.
No, nor would I have.
No, I always have a bracket where if we're in it, I pick us to win it. So I actually do 3 brackets. Let's just tell the truth. So I do 3 brackets every year, folks.
Yeah.
And I always do one in the perfect world where Tennessee wins.
Mm-hmm.
I've always done that. If we make it, there's a long time where we weren't good.
True.
Period. I always pick one where Duke wins. Does not matter. I always pick a bracket where Duke wins a national title. And then I pick my 3rd bracket where I actually try to use some level of understanding, which I got, and even this year I ended up with UConn, Baylor, Tennessee, and Duke.
Yeah.
And then I had
it's not a bad Final Four, actually.
And it almost happened, except Baylor. Baylor got put out by Clemson, which then I was like, hey, so I was excited last week because I was like, okay, I like Clemson. My dad went to Clemson. I think UConn's going to win. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Duke can get there, maybe Tennessee. Even if it's just one of Clemson, Tennessee, and Duke, I'm going to be excited that one of them's in the Final Four. All of them lost.
Yeah.
So I don't give a crap other than the fact that I did pick UConn in my real bracket to win. But I hope it's UConn and Purdue just for the fact I want to see UConn whoop them.
Yeah.
I want Purdue to get right to the precipice of the ultimate win and then have to suck it. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Well, the only team
because I dislike them that much.
The only team of mine that I picked to get to the Final Four made it was Purdue because I had Purdue winning over Kentucky. And then I had Illinois over Arizona because I actually felt like Illinois was going to get there.
See, Arizona was imposters. I knew that wasn't going to happen.
You're right. They fooled me.
Didn't trust them. That is, you can't trust them. Yeah.
You can't trust an Arizona.
You can't trust Arizona.
You can't trust an Arizona.
We can't trust an Arizona in any way.
Can't trust Bill Cosby, Diddy,
Arizona. That's it. If you remember those 3 things, you'll be all right. I about choked.
It's
okay.
Cosby, Diddy, and Zona.
That's
it. That's probably a drink.
CD Zona.
It's a drink. Yeah, give me a CD Zona.
Can I get a CD Zona?
Sure.
There's roofies in it. Oh.
Well.
And Quaaludes.
Can you give me a bottle of shit juice? I'll take a bottle of shit juice.
So I'm not really excited about the Final Four.
No.
Other than the fact I need UConn to win.
I think there's a really good chance UConn's going to win. They look pretty unstoppable.
It's they at some point they've got to have a bad game. It's just one of those things you just wonder. But I don't know.
It'll be against Purdue in the championship.
I'll die. I won't really die because I
actually don't think Purdue. I have them picked to win the whole thing, but I don't think they're going to do it now that the Final Four is. And again, I've always been kind of a lifelong Kentucky fan because my dad was a Kentucky fan, and it's like
boo.
It was funny because there was really no allegiance there. It's like dad liked Kentucky because they shot a lot of threes. And as a kid, I watched Kentucky and I'm like, okay.
Cheer for Kentucky.
So I'm like, all right, I'll kind of like Kentucky, but I just don't. Let's not kid ourselves. If this was a few years ago when COVID destroyed Florida State's chance to win a national championship in college basketball, I was all in on the Noles because they looked pretty flipping good going into that tournament.
They looked really good. Dayton actually looked really good with Obi Toppin and all that. So there were some teams there that would have been that really were having good seasons that were kind of unexpected. Not your traditional blue blood that I think really were going to make deep runs, and then COVID killed it.
Yeah, COVID killed it, and Florida State have went back to where they used to be with basketball, which is not great.
Yeah.
But football season is around the corner.
That's right. It's coming soon. Spring
practice, spring games coming up for UT in a couple of weeks, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Orange and white, the creamsicle battle at Neyland Stadium.
Not a lot being talked about, interestingly enough. I think they've kept a lot of it under wraps for some reason.
Well, you put it in a bag with some cheeseburgers and cocaine and
Hookers.
Whatever. Yeah.
Hookers. Briefcase full of money, cocaine, and hookers.
Yeah. How do you fit the hooker in the briefcase?
They're like fun. They're like fun size. Like fun size.
And the last episode of the David.
the taking it at the office killed the show.
I'm just hanging dong, man. Just hanging dong.
Remember, don't trust Bill Cosby.
No.
Don't trust Diddy.
Don't trust Diddy.
And don't trust an Arizonan.
Right.
Okay.
No Zona, no Diddy, no Cosby.
CD Zona.
You see a pudding pop coming at you.
Oh my God! Stop.
Take a run. Watch out for them pudding pops. Hey, folks. Thanks for listening to the
random
Dave and Doc
episode brought to you by Dave and Doc.
Episode 74 of the Dave and Doc podcast. All things Dave and Doc. On our website, of course, you can visit that at daveanddoc.com. That's Dave A&D Doc. DOC.com.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. We appreciate you.
Thank you,
See
folks.
We'll
Almost 40K, folks.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.